Hello everybody, today we're gonna replace the Gimbal vibration absorbing board. For that we're gonna need a small screwdriver, container to put the screws, an orange, mid-range, and I'm also using a magnifier just in case I can see what's going on. And also I use a pair of tweezers. It's not on the picture, but it's very helpful. The first thing we gotta do is remove the batteries, and we also remove the the propels, so that way we're more comfortable to work with. I will remove some of the screws. So I'm gonna just point it out where did I get it from. 2 from the back, 4 for the battery compartment area, and if you turn it around on the bottom of the craft, there's also 2 screws on the sides that you need to remove, and in the middle 2 more. And the ones that are in the middle, I mean, you need to remove that cap is there, and for that you use like a flat screwdriver and just pop it out. You know, always do carefully because you never know if they're gonna break or not. And you have to do that for both sides. Boom. And also there's 2 screws in here that you have to remove, so let's get those out. So by now you have removed all necessary screws to remove the top part of the craft. Make sure to put all the screws in a little container, because once you lose one, it's a pain in the ass to find or to get one back. Anyways, so in order to remove this the top part of the aircraft, you have to do a start from the back and just pull it out a little bit, and then from there start all the way to the front. Remember, the back is attached to one of the I think it's the GPS sensor, so you have to be careful you don't pop it all the way out. So make sure you get it all the way from the front first. The top part is actually the front, so you have to be careful. Okay, and so once you open it up, you just attach it from the board. And in here, so we have 4 more screws that we need to remove. 2 on the front. There's 1, 2, there's 3, and 4. Remember, use the pair of tweezers just in case you're struggling by removing some, things from the drone. And then, so once we get that out, let's remove the white cable that is attached to the panel, and then we're gonna remove these 4 other cables. So we have to be careful with those. Just detach it really nice and easy. Boom, that's 2. And the ones on the front or on the bottom of the screen, actually they're being glued by some kind of material, and then you have to be careful too in those as well. Alright, so once you detach it, the aircraft the camera should drop easily, but if that, then just give it a push from the top, and then you have it. Great. So now we gotta remove the camera from the board, and I actually bought this replacement on Amazon. It cost me only $11, so it's not bad actually, because I thought it was gonna be complicated, but it wasn't that. So the first thing we're gonna remove is the 3 screws on the board. I use my loop because apparently there's something going on, and in fact one of the screws has a little glue on top, so I couldn't get it out, the one on the left. So I started removing these screws on the top, on the right, but remember, you gotta remove these cables first before you actually do that, so that way you're more comfortable to work with. So just with your nail you can just touch it really easy. And then the last one, like I say, he had some glue in there, so I had to use a pair of, I couldn't get it out with a screwdriver, so I had to use like a mini scissors and remove that glue from there. So that way I was able to use my screwdriver and get it out. Great. So once we remove that board, we're gonna replace it for the main board that we bought in Amazon. And for that we gotta remove the remaining piece of the board from the camera. So we detach these 2 and boom, to the trash. So now the cable, the black cable that you see on the left side, we gotta feed it through this new board. There's a slot to use. Feed it through there, pin, and then we're gonna put the screw backs where they belong to attach the board to the camera. It's a little bit complicated. You might need some help, or you might need sorry about the angle view, but I did it somehow. You know, I actually pushed the bottom part forward so that way I'm able to put the screws in there. So once I put the screws in there, I'm gonna put it back. So but this time actually we're gonna do a reverse thing. So we're gonna put everything back. See, well, those 3 screws, and then we're gonna attach these cables back to the board. So just make sure he clicks, you know, so that indicates the cable, the connections are in place. This one is a little bit tricky, but it's not difficult. You guys just to like look at it the way it is and fit it through the thing. So I already did it, so make sure they're both secure, nice and secure, before we put the camera back in their drone. Alright, so now let's place the camera in the case or in the drum. So remember the white cable had to fit through so we can connect it back again in the board of the craft. I just gave it a little push with my screwdriver just to make sure it's all the way to the back, and so that way I'm able to put the screws back from the other side. So I turn it around. So once I see this in place, I start putting the screws in back in their places. But this white cable got stuck there, so I had to pull it out with my screwdriver, get it out, and make sure it's free before I start putting my screws. So I'm just gonna go one by one. Number 2, number 3. Remember to use the twisters if you're having problems, you know. And number 4. Sometimes it's really hard to put those 2 screws on the back. Anyway, so once you're done that, we're gonna proceed and connect those 4 cables again to the board. 5 with the white one. Just click in there to make sure it clicks. And once all of them click, I think we're ready to go. And then last one, we connect the white cable to the main board. Cool, so just make sure everything's secure, the screws are really tied up, and then now let's place the top shell on the craft. It's not that bad, it's not that complicated yet, to be honest. It's really easy. It just takes a little time. I think it took me like an hour to finish this. So the first thing we're gonna connect is the back. I think it's the GPS connection in the back, and then remember to put up to start from the front now, because that's the most difficult part, and all the way to the back. And as soon as you put it in place, just put the screws back in there. I didn't put it right now because I want to test to see if it actually works with my batteries, but don't forget to put the screws back. All over the where they belong. There's 2, 4, and then all the way in the back too. And so I disconnect my battery to make sure it works, and it does work. Lights are up and the camera is where it's supposed to be, and I think we're ready to go and fly. Beautiful. I mean, it took me an hour and wasn't too bad. I saved probably $150. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, like, and I also learned this from other YouTubers, so I'm gonna put the link below so that way you can check them out if you have more questions. Thank you so much. Bye bye.